Hi guys, it's your girl Rachel Rowe, and I'm back with another video. So today I am going to be telling you guys about my experience going back to church after 5 years. And when I say 5 years, I mean like I have not been a member of a church in 5 years. I have done, virtual services and everything, since the pandemic and stuff, but I haven't actually walked into a church like, oh, I might go here in 5 years. So I'm gonna tell you guys about that. I'm gonna do my makeup while I do it, because it helps me to like talk and not stumble over my words. So that's what I do. Before I get into it, make sure you like, comment, and subscribe. Your girl is gonna get very consistent on y'all. I am about to be dropping mad videos, and you're gonna want to be subscribed so that you know when they drop. So let's get right into it. Sunday, God woke me up at 8:30, and I knew it was God because I was like trying to go back to sleep, and God was like, I need you to get up. I was sitting here like, oh, I'm tired, I don't feel like getting up. Now mind you, some of y'all might be like, girl, why you not listening to God? Why wouldn't you just get up? Blah blah blah. I'm not saying I was just like, oh, I just want to sleep in. Like, I'm a full-time student and full-time employee. My weekends I be trying to sleep. Like, I just keep it real on this channel. Like, I was very tired, but God was calling me. God was like, I want you to like go to church today. And he wanted me at the 9 a.m. service. I did the quickest little, like, I just threw some concealer on. I don't have to be all done up for church, you know what I mean? But I just threw on some concealer because I'm like, okay, the bags are bagging. So I throw all that on and I'm like, all right, I guess I'm getting my Uber. And God called me to like go by myself. Nobody was outside when I got there. I'm like, oh my gosh, it's probably so packed in there, whatever, whatever. But luckily it wasn't crazy. Like, the worship had started, but it wasn't like crazy packed. But the first lady that I saw when I walked into the church was so sweet to me. Like, she was just like, oh, hi, like, blah, blah, blah. I was like, it's your first time? Oh my gosh. Like, she was just so kind, right? And I'm like, well, that's like a nice like way to come in. Like, that's like a nice welcome, you know? So I walk up the stairs, and when I tell you guys, every single person that I walked past smiled at me. And I don't know why that felt like such a like, I needed that. Like, that was such a culture shock, because I feel like sometimes you may walk into a church and you're like, where do I go? Nobody's really paying me any mind. Because they might be like talking to somebody, or like you ask a question, they're like, go upstairs, go to the left. And it's just like, oh, I thought I walked into church. But they were so nice. Like, everybody was just like, hi, good morning. And it was just so warm and genuine, right? The worship has started. Like I said, when I came in, like, the worship leader, he was like just kind of talking like in between songs, and he was just like, it was just like a really high energy in the room. And I was like, oh, this is like nice. Like, it was just like a great vibe, but I was not expecting what happened next, because I started crying. I was in there like tears, like it was just like two tears at a time just streaming. And I'm like, oh wow, like I felt so connected to the worship. I didn't feel like a visitor, like, hey guys. It just felt like nobody was paying you any mind. Like, it wasn't too much commotion going on. Everybody was just into the worship, and that was like really nice. At some point in this video, I will get into why I didn't go to church for 5 years. So like, I will connect the dots, but I just wanted to give you guys like my experience first. And after that was the welcome. So like, for anybody who's never like been in a church, like when you're there for the first time, like usually they have you like stand up and like they welcome you, and it's actually really really nice. Like, I mean, obviously if you have like social anxiety, it could be kind of scary, so I acknowledge that, but like, it's really just an opportunity for everybody to just like say hello to you and give you like a lot of love. And I already told y'all, everybody was just so kind and smiley and everything, so I just was like, when I tell you, I felt like I was turning this way and this person shaking my hand and these people are like coming up to me, because there were only like three visitors. Like, it was like me and like two other people, so they were like, hi, like everybody was like shaking my hand, coming from all angles, and I was just like, hi, yes, hi, that's hi, like whatever. And it was really sweet because I just felt like everybody I talked to was so genuine. You know what I mean? When it was time for offering, they had a video playing, and there was a guy who like thoroughly explained like why offering is important and like why we do offering, right? Then on top of that, the pastor went up there and he said, "Listen, I understand that some pastors don't do this well, but I want to explain to you that in order for us to keep this operation going and this and that." And he just really explained it, and it was like really beautiful. So we did offering. You literally didn't even have to leave your seat. Like, offering these days, let me tell you about offering. When I was growing up, I went to a Baptist church. For our offering, it was a whole production. Every single deacon would line up on both sides. We would have to go up and like shake all their hands. And then the plate or the box or whatever would be in the middle. And then we will also have collection plates going down the line. So it was like a big production. I literally gave my offering by like scanning a QR code off the screen, and like I got to just do my own personal thing. It didn't matter if, everybody wasn't watching me like, oh, is she gonna give this or that? It was literally like such a personal thing, and I love that about the offering. But most churches, they might go from like 9 to like 12 or like 9 to whatever. When I tell you this service was over at 10:45, I said, we done? Like, we going home? I don't feel like it was rushed, and I do feel like I got like a quality experience in that time frame. Then the word came, and when I tell you the word was so needed, it was actually scary. Like, I was sitting there, I'm like, did you read my diary last night? Like, it was just giving, like, he picked up my journal and said, you know what, let me speak to you directly. But that's what God does. A lot of Christians can attest to this. If God calls you, he has something for you. If God calls you to church, he's going to meet you there. So the word that the pastor gave was on discipline. And basically what he was saying is that like discipline from God is not just like because you're bad and it's like a spanking and it's like, like to make you feel like, oh, you're so terrible. It's not a punishment. It's not just like punishment. You know what I mean? And what he was saying was that like discipline, like it's a scripture in the Bible that talks about how God disciplines us because we're his sons and daughters. And sometimes we forget what that means. Like, I am a son or a daughter of God. Like, the God. You know what I'm saying? Like, the God who created the entire universe calls me his daughter. It was reframing the way that we see discipline, because he was saying that a lot of Christians have a bad relationship with discipline, which is so true. So it's like, we think of it like God is trying to punish me, God is trying to punish me, but he was talking about how like discipline is training, and it, like if you're in a season where you're being disciplined, God is developing your character. He's developing he's trying to bring you in on his holiness. It's not in vain. It's not just to punish you for the sake of punishing you or anything. The pastor was so like real and funny, and he was just very I don't know how to describe it. Like, he was just very personable. So like you didn't feel like, okay, saints, we're going to turn to blah, 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 and like a very monotone. Like, it wasn't like that. It was like, this could be a word that is given in a church, or it could be given like on the street. It was easy to understand, but one thing I did talk to my friend about, which was cool, is that the pastor was using words that I was like about to have to Google. Like, I was sitting there like, what was that one? How do you spell it? You could tell like he really understood what he was talking about. He wasn't just chatting. I feel like ever since I got saved, the Holy Spirit been having me in a chokehold. And it's not because it's so bad. Like, it's amazing when you're saved, but it is like you are held to a different standard. What the pastor was saying is just that, yeah, you can have it the easy way, but like when you do it the easy way, you don't have God's guidance. You don't get like that reward of like being equipped by God. And he just kept it really real, and I just really appreciated that. He did the word, and when I tell you by 10:45 he was doing the benediction and we was leaving, and I was like, oh, church didn't change. And I really feel like I got so much out of it. So that was like such a plus. So after I came home, I felt really, really great. Like I just felt like on a high for the rest of the day. I just felt like on a spiritual high where I was just like, and not even just for the rest of the day, but like still for the week. And like I joined the church. Like I was like, okay, I knew from the moment that I walked in, I was gonna join the church. It's such a testament to like just the energy in the room and how kind everybody was. But I do want to validate the feelings of those who may be watching this video because you haven't been to church in a long time, or you always had this kind of strange feeling about church, and you may be like, does she really get it? Oh, I get it. I get it. Trust me. I am going to talk a little bit about why I did leave church 5 years ago and just kind of how my life has changed since I left. So 5 years ago, I was 18, and basically I was going to college. So it wasn't just like I left because I was like, oh, I'm sick of this. I left because it was like, all right, I'm transitioning to college. I'm moving on campus, so like I won't be here. So I did leave for that reason, but I also was kind of like relieved when I left. And that's because at my old church, as great as it was changing. A lot of people were leaving. What I'm looking for now, and hopefully we'll find in this church, is I want a church that not only sees my talents or what I'm anointed to do, but also just sees me. Like me when I'm hurting, me when I'm not perfect, me when I came in here and I'm smiling, and me when I'm crying, and me when I'm not showing up, you know what I mean? And not be like, I haven't seen you in a while. Like, I just want a church that's like, people are checking on me Monday through Saturday as well as Sunday. That's something that is really important to me. And it's not something I've never had. It's just something that I am intentionally looking for. I want a church with a very, very strong women's ministry. Because like as a young adult, like as a 23-year-old woman, I need women that are 30, 40. I need women that are 25. I need women that are 30. I need women that are 40. I need every age of women to, you know, just kind of guide me and kind of help me to navigate life. Nice women. That is the key. You know what I'm saying? Nice women who are like connected to one another, who are vulnerable, who share. And like I said, not saying I never received that, but I just need it in a different way because now I'm in my 20s, and now there's just a lot of different things that I'm going through now where I need a lot of women around me. It's funny how God knew what I needed before I even asked for it. Like I didn't even really say to God specifically, hey God, like I really would love to be around some like women at church, or like, you know, have these wonderful relationships. I really never said that to him, but it's the fact that he like searched my heart. Like he knows that I could use like some spiritual guidance from like women who are older than me. I am planning on going back, and I'll keep you guys posted. Like I'll keep you guys posted if I do want to join like the women's ministry, so I'll keep you guys posted on how that goes, and kind of just keep you updated on just like how I'm getting to know people and things like that. I'll just put little updates in my videos, but I just wanted to like share my experience because there may be somebody who's watching and they're like, you know what, I have been wanting to get back to church. I hope that if you watch this video and you felt encouraged, like I should try that, I should go back to church, or I should go to church for the first time, I hope that this video is able to like just get you to like try it. Just go. You know what I mean? It really doesn't cost you anything. It's like it's free. You know, literally it's free. But then also like if you just go, the worst case is that it's not the right fit for you, and it's like it doesn't mean that you can't have a relationship with God. It's just finding a church is like finding a therapist. Like you have to find the right fit. It's like sometimes just because you have a bad therapy experience doesn't mean that therapy's bad, you know? So I think that we have to give church another chance. It's flawed and it's not perfect, but don't give up on the church. And if you're having a really hard time, it's not a, if God calls you to find another church, it's okay to find another church where you feel valued and you feel seen and you feel like you're being poured into. So that's my whole spiel. I hope that you guys enjoyed this video. Also, if you guys want any makeup tips or you guys were into the makeup look, you guys can go look at my official makeup tutorial where I break down like each step. But I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Leave a comment. Like if you can relate to anything in this video, leave me a comment. And until next week, keep it real.